Hello, my name is Bruce Lorincz, and this show is called Bruce on the Loose. I talk to a lot of people throughout the county and the city, school system, and city government. Today, we're with the CEO of Medina Creative Housing and Affiliates, and now Dianne Depasquale Hagerty is with us. And Dianne, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, Bruce. Thank you.
What are some of the objectives of this group you're in charge of?
Well, I can tell you that Medina Creative Housing and Affiliates has been in existence for 30 years. It's our 30-year anniversary this
Congratulations.
year. Thank you. And it was originally a parents' grassroots organization, and I joined 20 years ago. It's my 20-year anniversary this year. And the mission of Medina Creative Housing is to provide housing, services, and supports to enable individuals with disabilities to live their lives with dignity and opportunity. And that's what Medina Creative Housing does, is we create all kinds of opportunities for the broad spectrum of disabilities that we serve, both cognitive, intellectual, and physical disabilities, to allow people with those challenges that most of us can't even imagine, to become all they can be and to have full lives. And that's what our organization does.
What about your responsibilities as CEO? Could you name just a few of them?
Wow. Well, my responsibilities include development, so identifying different opportunities that we would like to create for individuals with disabilities, again, to expand those opportunities, to identify partnerships such as the Soprema Cafe, and to really come up with the funding and to make those things really happen for a segment of our population that's often left behind, if not for nonprofit organizations such as Medina Creative Housing.
My wife and I have been to your restaurant in Medina, the Grande, help me out. It's
Cafe and Roastery.
Cafe and Roastery, yes. And it was really tremendous. And how long has that been in existence?
Well, that opened at the end of 2019, and it's been a bit of a rocky road. Okay. Given COVID, we had just opened and got some traction with really developing a customer base, and COVID happened. And obviously that has changed, it's really changed our world. And we had to shut down our programs. The cafe, Grand Cafe and Roastery, remained open on a limited basis with drive-through, and really became the nutritional hub for our residents. And we prepared and delivered meals to them, dinners, because they were quarantined in their homes every day.
Wow.
And I'm really proud to say that we were able to maintain the health and safety of all of our residents. And through today, because we still deliver meals through today, we have delivered over 8,300 meals to our residents.
That is remarkable indeed. We should be really proud of that, that fact. Yeah.
Thank you.
Since we mentioned a pandemic, we probably need to get into that. It probably is really a struggle to get, with the supply chain being stretched, to be able to plan ahead for the meals for not only your Medina facility, but here as well.
Absolutely. Supply chain issues, costs going up on everything, right, that we're buying. And it's been a challenge to be able to offer a nutritional, healthy meals to our residents, to the seniors, at very, very affordable costs, and be able to deliver that on a daily basis. But we've been able to do that, and one of the ways that we do that is we have a hydroponic greenhouse. And that's another vocational training program. We have 10 vocational training programs. And the Grand Cafe is one, the Soprema Cafe is another, and we have a hydroponic greenhouse, that's another vocational training program, and they grow our produce. So we're as farm to table as you will find in any restaurant in Medina County. We grow most of our produce in our hydroponic greenhouse. We pick it fresh every day, and we bring it to our cafes, and we make salads, soups, sandwiches with that fresh produce. So we haven't really been subjected to a lot of the supply chain areas with our produce, and we've been able to provide that no matter if there were recalls on various produce. We were able to still provide that quality product in our restaurants and to both our residents, our patrons, and to the seniors.
How many residents are employed in both facilities, Medina and here, and your greenhouse? It sounds like there's quite a few people involved.
There are. I'd say there's probably 40 individuals with disabilities who are employed. They're building skills, both life skills, employment skills, social skills, and they're building those skills, earning incomes, and hopefully someday they'll be able to transition into community employment with the skills that they need to not only get the job, but to retain it. And that's really what's so paramount for individuals with disabilities.
I would imagine your managers here, Donna Orr and also Medina, have to have a lot of patience working with the workers, but I would imagine also once they get that skill down, they're really pretty good at it.
Well, you know, it takes a special individual who wants to work with our population, and you really have to have the heart. And if you do, it's very evident that you do. And Donna is one of those people. She's wonderful, not only with the individuals that we have in our programs, she's wonderful with the seniors. And she's really been able to develop a real rapport here in a very short period of time with the senior population who utilize the Soprema Cafe for not only their meals, but for their recreation and their social activities. And Donna has really been able to develop that with the seniors here at the Soprema Cafe, and we're just so blessed to have her.
I would imagine after a while the workers would kind of get to know some of the clientele, and I think sometimes senior citizens have a nice rapport with various workers, and probably that's a positive situation in the socialization.
Absolutely. Building social skills, absolutely. Developing those relationships, those rapports, customer service. It's incredible, the opportunity to be here at the Soprema Cafe, to be at the Grand Cafe and Roastery in Medina. Our individuals that we serve are benefiting. They're not only providing a valuable asset to the community, but they're developing as people and developing and really building skills and earning an income. It doesn't get any better than that.
No,
right, Bruce?
Definitely not. No, that's for sure. It seems like coffee is the heart and soul of all your facilities you have, and right behind us, and I know Drew can go ahead and get some real good shots, there's some of your coffees right here that people could buy. Can you talk about why coffee is so important?
Certainly. So the Creative Living Coffee was one of our, I think it was our second vocational training programs that we opened. And the reason we did that was because we found that no matter what the disability, we could find a job in coffee production or coffee packaging or labeling of coffee. So it really was something that really lended itself to being able to find jobs for everyone who wanted or desired to work in that particular vocational training program. And it has really blossomed. We source our beans directly from the growers from all around the world, bring them to Medina, to the Grand Cafe and Roastery, and we roast our beans right there. So again, you can't get a fresher cup of coffee. And it really has become, as you said, kind of the cornerstone foundation for a lot of what we do, but definitely what we do in our cafes. We also are able to bring our produce, our coffee to the farmers market, and people can enjoy the farm to table freshly roasted. We are the only coffee roastery in Medina County, and we're really proud of that because individuals with disabilities, again, overcoming tremendous challenges, are actually producing this coffee, this really phenomenal product. And we really encourage the public, the community, to support our efforts, which are supporting individuals with disabilities in their vocational goals.
Why don't you take us through the breakfast menu? I think does the Soprema Cafe open pretty early in the morning?
It does.
Like maybe 8 or 9, I think?
Yeah, I think it opens at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock, yeah, that sounds...
And the hours go to 2 o'clock.
Right,
So it's breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
We are now serving voucher meals to our seniors, which is through the Office of Older Adults. And so they can come in and get their lunches. We also have breakfast options. We have wonderful pastries, of course. We have our coffee and pastries. Coffee's refillable as much as you want to drink. And pastries, we have eggs, oatmeal, omelets, pancakes, pretty much all breakfast offerings. They're very, very reasonably priced. And again, a quality product. Our lunches are home cooked. There is nothing that we take out of a can or take frozen and served. Everything is home cooked. And it is of the highest quality and nutrients. All of our menus are prepared by a dietitian. And so we are meeting all the USDA requirements. And hopefully that's going to reflect in everyone who's enjoying those meals having a better diet and being healthier as a result of those nutritional meals.
I would imagine that certain days, like Fridays, I know is bingo day here in Wadsworth,
Busy
and
day.
I'm sure the workers and Donna Orr, for that matter, probably get excited because they know I stopped by and went, and it's a room full. I'm not sure how many seats are available here, but there isn't hardly a seat that is unused.
Well, I'm told that it can get as many people as 80 people for bingo. That's what I'm told. Now, I've not experienced 80 people, but it can be up to 80 people, and they actually have overflow from the main room for bingo. So bingo's a very popular activity here at the Soprema Center, and we're here to serve. Medina Creative Cafe, Soprema Cafe is here to serve both the seniors during their activity times as well as their non-activity times. They just want to come and relax, enjoy the fireplace, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful setting, warm setting, and the community. We want to invite the community in and to come and enjoy everything that we have to offer, and hope that they will take us up on that.
I think the community really missed having a lack of the cafe open, and COVID, as we've talked about for a few minutes, put a monkey wrench in several things. Can you talk about the process where you developed your presence here and how that went, and also you're working with Lori Wilkinson, the director here at Soprema?
Yes. So COVID, as I said, impacted the Soprema Cafe as well as it impacted the Grand Cafe. We were able to reopen the Grand Cafe, and that has again been doing better as far as community support. The Soprema Cafe experienced the same thing. It had to close with COVID. And so they were looking to reopen the Soprema Cafe. And the city contacted me and said, we'd like to talk to you to see if you'd be interested in partnering to reopen the Soprema Cafe. They invited me down, Lori was involved, and they asked me, what ideas would you have? And I looked around the space, and I said, we need to warm up the space. And with different colors, with a fireplace, with some seating, some comfortable seating, with a focal point of a breakfast bar, coffee bar, and really, really make it a warm and inviting. It has beautiful light. It's very open. but it needed that warmth. And I think that through our partnership, everyone working together, including the Wadsworth Foundation, we were able to really transform the space. And when it opened, I think everybody was pleasantly surprised at the transformation.
Yes, the Wadsworth Older Adult Foundation did go ahead and fund many of the things you mentioned, the fireplace, and I'm sure Drew, at the end of the show, maybe gets shots of that very cozy environment where people can talk and reminisce probably of some things they've done in the past. And how does that help you to go ahead and do the sales and ordering of items?
Well, the breakfast bar / coffee bar, it has now become a focal point. It's not only aesthetic, but it's become a focal point. There really wasn't a point of service or a point of contact in the prior environment. This really created that space, and some good flow through the building and through the cafe. And it really allows us to have a place where you can not only come up and order, but you can come up and chat. And we have a lot of people who do that, and we welcome that. And so it's really become that social focal point. If you're not sitting in a chair, usually you're up at the breakfast coffee bar and either ordering or chatting, refilling your coffee. It's just been a great addition. And again, it's not only aesthetic, but it's functionally turned out phenomenal.
Diane, don't forget cards, bridge, pinochle,
Absolutely.
euchre. We have a lot of card players in Wadsworth too.
That's
and
right.
It seems like every other day I come in and there's 3 or 4 tables of people
Absolutely.
playing cards. And that's, again, another use of the room. And they will certainly need to wet their whistle and get coffee or what have you. And again, that adds to the clientele. And as word grows, the other day I stopped in, and a lot of people from SUMA come over, because SUMA, we have a branch of SUMA there, the YMCA. School administrators come over and get your wares. Right. So word spreads gradually, and I think that's going to bode well for your cafe.
Well, I hope so. And again, we're trying to be a community asset. In addition to developing these opportunities for individuals with disabilities to grow, we are, again, trying to give back to the community and be a community asset. And I think this Soprema Cafe really lends that opportunity to us to be able to do that.
And Wadsworth has many people, senior citizens, they're still getting around. They still feel they want to do things and see their friends, join clubs and groups and get together. And it really does prolong their life and their positive nature, doesn't it?
Absolutely. This is a vibrant group, I have to tell you, of seniors. They're active, they're very social. And yes, I believe that social interactions, remaining active, eating healthy, prolongs your life, but it also gives you a quality of life. And that's what we're all looking for, is a quality of life. So we're really happy to be part of that quality of life for the Wadsworth community here.
I was kind of looking around before you came in, and there seems to be ample storage. Sometimes, we have kitchens and we have facilities, but some restaurants have very little storage. But it seems like that area, just as you come in the door there, is very, very open and a lot of opportunity for storage of things.
Absolutely. And that's pretty critical, having sufficient storage. In order to source things, you have to usually source them on a larger scale. So you have to have the storage capabilities to be able to do that, and especially with the supply chain crisis, you've got to be able, when you can get something, you've got to be able to get it and be able to store it. So yes, I think that the Soprema Cafe was designed very well to accommodate storage and to eliminate clutter.
Clever.
which is very important as well.
Very much so. Could you talk a few minutes about the kitchen
Sure.
and the facilities there? And is it ample for what you have to do to provide those breakfasts and lunches?
Absolutely. This is a very efficient kitchen. And it's not huge, but it's very well designed, very efficient. And we did do some tweaking of the kitchen to make it even more efficient. And it works out very well for us to be able to prepare all of our offerings. And it's just been lovely to be here.
Since you used the word tweaking, I have to ask you, when you first opened in mid-November, were there a few things that you had to kind of change a little bit, or again tweak or modify just a little bit to get the Wadsworth folks on board and excited?
Well, whenever you have a new venture, you always look at things in a different light compared to when you're actually physically in the venture and you're getting feedback. And quite honestly, we were able to take a lot of feedback at a very early point in our opening and be able to make some modifications to better serve the seniors and the community. And I think we're now at a point where we really have the rhythm. And that's what it takes. Developing a rhythm, the right personnel, the right mix, and developing that rhythm. But so important, developing those connections that, again, Donna is the leader of those connections here, and developing those relationships. And that's where I think we are at this point in time, and we're very, very pleased with where we are.
Dianne, I have to admit our timing is impeccable because we have a monitor on the wall over there on the far side, and it was just put in Wednesday. So I think I and Lori Wilkerson are also inviting you to go ahead and put, if you have specials or a certain, maybe 4th of July, something special, very festive, something for the occasion, Christmas, those certainly you can utilize that to advertise and let people know ahead of time what they can expect.
Yeah, we're excited about spring. I think everybody's kind of done with the snow, right? And we're excited about the pavilion and being able to do some outdoor things and, yes, do some special things, some seasonal things. And that will be an adjunct to the cafe. And I think that's going to create a lot of opportunities as well. And we definitely plan to use the TV to advertise those things and to bring more awareness to what we're doing and what the offerings are. And I think that the future looks bright. And I think that people are going to be very excited and hopefully engaged in what we're going to be able to offer in the future as well.
Yeah, you've never had a spring since you opened
Correct.
Up in really late fall and in the summer, and then kind of the early fall is very nice weather and everything. Right. I don't think we can overestimate how much the foundation has done. Oh. And since you mentioned the pavilion, that was another purchase that they put together. So it'll be interesting because it was up late in the fall and it really hasn't been used much either. So it'll be open and you can utilize it to whatever, I guess your creativity has no bounds, right?
Well, we're known as Medina Creative, and we try to live up to our name. So yes, we will be creative, and I think we're going to be able to do some pretty neat things. And again, enhancing lives, and that's what it's all about here. And we're just thrilled to be part of that. And you're right, I don't think any of us can thank the Wadsworth Foundation for what they've done to provide the enhancements here to this facility.
And they listened to you. You said, hey, what about a bar?
Yeah.
Sometimes people are included, but they're kind of shoved off to the side. They actually listen to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which has to make you feel really good that your wishes are put to fruition.
Well, I think Lori was pretty instrumental in that. Well. I do have to give credit to Lori and obviously Mike from the city. They've been great partners. I really want to congratulate Lori on her promotion to the director. Wonderful choice. She just has a wonderful way about her. and she has wonderful rapport with the seniors, with the city, with our organization, and she was just a great choice for that position. And I think that all of us working together, again, this is only going to get better and better.
All right, what you probably have something up your sleeve. What would you kind of like to do in the future? Anything you have your mind set to maybe add, or another location maybe to add to your to the workers and the opportunities?
We do. We in Wadsworth in particular, we hope to expand some housing in the future. Mm-hmm. We do have land, and it's been a funding issue, and we hope that will that some funding opportunities will present themselves, and we're going to be able to develop some additional housing here in Wadsworth for individuals with disabilities. We are also going to be expanding our vocational training and our day programming in Medina at the former Weymouth Community Center building. It was the first schoolhouse for individuals with disabilities in the state of Ohio, and we were fortunate enough to be able to acquire that, and we're going to be rehabbing that this year, and we're very, very excited about that as well. Again, expanding opportunities, that's what we do.
Certainly something we can look forward to seeing, and it surely gives opportunities for people that, as you say, desperately need it. Dianne Depasquale, Hagerty, thank you very much. Yeah, it is, but I got through it all right, I think. Thank you so much for your information, and I'm sure people really got a lot of information from it, and hopefully you can come and taste some of the coffee and the wares here at the Soprema Cafe. Thanks for viewing.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.